A very forgetful story, but the visuals are stunning. Welcome to That's a Wrap, the channel where I review TV shows, movies, and movie trailers. Today's movie that I will be reviewing is the Netflix original animated movie, Altered Carbon: Resleeved. If you're not familiar with this movie, please consider this your spoiler warning. And now let's get on to the review. So visually, it has a very video game feel to it, very Spider-Verse a little bit, if you will. Also, it feels like the cutscenes of a video game, which I enjoy. I think we all enjoy. If you're familiar with some of the role-playing games or just, any kind of video game now where there's like a mission and they have those cutscenes that are very cinematic. This whole episode or this whole movie felt exactly like that, which I wasn't complaining, but it seems they focused a lot more on the visuals than anything mildly to a story. I don't think this is canon to the books, but I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments. I think this is just a side story based on the world of Altered Carbon, even though the character Takashi is in this animated movie, and I think so is his sister, now that I'm thinking about it. So it might be canon. I haven't read the books to know whether it is a side story or actually a story that is in the books. I just saw both of the live action series that were on Netflix that I really did enjoy, both of them. So I figured when I was looking for something to review and watch, I saw this and I was like, hey, let me watch this. And when you're watching it, it's entertaining. Just like I said, the visual is very gory. The fight scenes are illustrated very well. The voice acting that goes along fits the fight scenes, the pain, the tears. In the beginning, it's kind of questionable. And to be honest, when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, the voice acting is going to take me out of this. But as soon as Takashi catches the girl that does the tattoos for the mob, it picks up and the voice acting gets kicked up a notch. So I did enjoy it from that. It didn't take me out of the story anymore than in the first 5 minutes of the movie. So but again, yeah, the animation, the voice acting was good. The story was very, I don't want to say bad, but maybe non-existent. From the gist of it that I saw was that they were trying to protect this girl because she did the tattoos for the Yakuza, and in this story it's like the Yakuza kill themselves off. Like the whole point of Altered Carbon is that you could transfer your consciousness through stacks into different sleeves, and theoretically you can live for thousands of years and basically be immortal. But the Yakuza have like an honor code. So this tattoo after a certain time damages the stack and basically has a permanent death. And it's surrounded, the story is based around that premise. And we have a family of Yakuzas that basically betray each other, or one betrays the other, or the code that they stand for, because he doesn't want to die. And that's basically the plot of the story or of this movie. So it's very basic, and like I said in the beginning, it seems to focus just on the visuals, which I don't blame it, because it is visually stunning, at least for my taste. I did really enjoy that presentation of and the effort that they took in giving us this visual art piece, because it does, you just enjoy it for that aspect of this movie. But the pacing was horrible. There was so much dialogue and backstory, which it's unmemorable. You don't remember anything, given 10 minutes after you watch it, you're like, wait, what was that again? And you just forget, because it's not interesting. It's not well thought out. Like I said, they were more concerned, it seems that way, in just making sure the animation was on point, because the animation is on point. I'm trying to think of something that I found flaws in. I didn't write anything in my sheet where I have my notes. I normally write out, hey, I found a flaw here. I didn't. It was just so well, like I said, drawn, painted, illustrated, whatever. It was, again, visually for my eyes, was very appealing, but the story and the pacing was way subpar. So all in all, I did find it enjoyable. For an hour and 15-minute movie, though, it felt like 2 hours, which is never good. You want to have an hour and 15 minutes go by like half an hour, and you're like, wow, already it's over? How long was that, an hour? Jeez, this was a good movie. When it feels and it drags out, like you're like, wow, it felt like I watched a 2 hour movie, but it's literally an hour and 15 minutes. That's a problem. But anyways, those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. But before I let you guys go, I give this a C rating just because the story was so forgetful. The writing was the script was very weak. The actors voice acted it very well. And I was thinking of giving this a C+, but just because, again, after 10 minutes of watching the movie, you forget about what the storyline was. You remember the main one. Yeah, there's this girl that does tattoos and all that, but all the side stuff, you completely forget. So yeah, my rating for this movie is a C, but I did enjoy it, even though it did feel like it dragged on a little bit too long. And it's not the movie's fault. The movie's only, like I said, 1 minute and 15 minutes, but it does feel like a 2 hour movie, even though it's not. But again, anyways, that's just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And like always, that's a wrap.